Thank you. Good evening. I applaud this town council for bringing this forward, because there's a lot of this issue that is misunderstood, and the people here and other towns need to realize that this is not about race. This is not about freedom of speech. This is about teaching children about who is a role model. Nike is a for-profit company. Why are beer companies not allowed to market to young people? Because they're easily influenced. Why are smoking companies not allowed cigarettes to advertise anymore? How many people here have their children wasting their time on video games like Call of Duty and things like that? Let's talk about role models. Let's talk about sacrifice. Colin Kaepernick associated with Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization that advocates for violence. You can do it if you want. Violence towards law enforcement. That's what it's about.
Hold on. Hey, sit down. Listen, I gave everybody up here all the time they wanted. Everybody got to speak, all right, and nobody was interrupted. Show this gentleman the same respect that you were given when you got up here and spoke. Whether you agree with him or not, let him talk.
I'm not toning down anything.
Let him talk.
Let's talk about role models. You want to talk about role models? This conversation in schools, towns, parents should be, who is a role model? Let's talk about sacrifice that he talks about. How about law enforcement? That every time they leave the house, that they are in danger of losing their life. Let's talk about soldiers overseas. That's sacrifice. Those are role models. Martin Luther King was a role model. Rappers are not role models. Rock stars are not role models. Athletes beating up their wives and girlfriends and getting drunk on drugs, those are not role models. We're talking about role models. This is a for-profit company. That's what this is about. Marketing to children. This whole advertisement, this town has a chance tonight to set a tone and send a message to other towns. And he should be explained. Colin Kaepernick is not a hero. He is not brave. He is a coward. That is the national anthem. Those boys that are on the beaches of Normandy, that is sacrifice. Those are role models. Single parents are role models. Soldiers, teachers are role models. Overpaid athletes playing the games of the children are not role models. I know about loss. I know about sacrifice. An uncle I never knew was killed in Korea. My grandfather was a police officer. My father served in World War II. Children are lost as to who a role model is. Hollywood are not role models. This is what we're talking about. Saying to a 15, 16, 17-year-old child, look at Colin Kaepernick. He's standing for something, for a cause. Are the school shooters, are they heroes? Are they cool? In some demented minds there are. You say it with God. Some of the school shooters have said that they're copycats of what happened with Columbine. Now we all know, we can point out, of course they're not. They're horrible, they're killers, they're demented. But he is not a role model in any way. Nike is a for-profit company. This town, other towns, have an opportunity. Don't think, this isn't a public service announcement. This isn't him kneeling on the sideline. This is him making money and a group of people in corporations with Nike sitting in a conference room saying, how can we get profits up? And let's go with Colin Kaepernick. Let's be very clear, the adults, what this is about. When they have attractive people smoking, when the beer commercials are all funny. Why do you think they are? And then we hear about the teen drinking and the teen drugs. So let's not fool ourselves about marketing of a huge billion-dollar corporation like Nike. And that's what they saw this as, a business opportunity. So if you want to pretend it's about race, if you want to pretend it's about freedom of speech, if you want to pretend you want more diversity in community, it's not about that. This is about explaining to young minds who truly is someone you should admire. I admire police. They're brave. They sacrifice.
So don't we.
You can't have it both ways. I admire police. soldiers,
listen.
and members of the military.
Listen, we're not gonna have public outbursts, okay? Give him the same respect that everybody, that you got when you were up there. I know it's 2 minutes, but if you think everybody else was held to 2 minutes,
I gave plenty of respect. I sat in silence as I listened to a lot of this myth and focusing on
just
that.
wrap it up.
All right.
Wrap it up.
Now, I just want people to remember, the adults. Rolling Stone magazine called one of the Boston bombers on the cover of the magazine and made him look like a young Jim Morrison. Was that cool? Was that their freedom of speech? That was horrific. That was someone that placed a bomb next to an 8-year-old child. And why was it done? For marketing. Don't ever think it's not about profit. He wants to kneel on the sideline, that's his business. That's the business of the NFL. But we're talking about marketing campaign towards children. If you want to find it, if you want to teach your children, boy, there's someone with courage. There's someone with sacrifice. Boy, there is someone we should all look up to. Then you can do that. But not me. To me, it is the single parents, it is the police, it is the member of the military, it's people that truly sacrifice for a cause. Thank you.